Hey guys, Brain Freeze Laser here, and essentially what I want to talk about in this video is one deck that stood out. I guess, a lot of people are covering it, and I'm not surprised that it did so well, because I basically told you guys that Grandsoil was going to be a good card, and it was going to be the new dad, and, basically expect that to happen. And I'll annotate my video, somewhere that I said that in. And basically, it's happening. It's starting now. I don't remember his name. Let me check really quickly. Yeah, Jeff Jones. Jeff Jones, I guess, got second place in the YCS Toronto with tele-soil. Now, tele-soil is a psychic deck with Grandsoil in it. And it runs 3 Grandsoils and a bunch of psychic monsters and card troopers and stuff like that. Earth stuff. Those Earth cards, and I played against it on DN, and the guy only brought out one Grandsoil, and essentially he probably didn't really know how to play the deck. When people net deck decks, they don't really understand why the player built it the way he built it, what tech is in there for what, and etc. You can make assumptions, but unless you're the actual constructor of the deck, then you're not really going to understand everything completely. So with that being said, I guess Grandsoil had gone from a $10 card to a $70 card. And I had warned you guys in a prior video to buy them while you could, while they were cheap, because they were going to go up. And they went up. So, now they're 70 bucks. And if you want to place it, you got to spend pretty much $210 for 3. And if this deck performs well again in another YCS, in a month or two, then expect them to go up even more. Expect to see them in more decks also, and expect to see more variants of this deck. Expect to see, Karakuri, yugioh, Gadget, maybe X-Sabers, Plants, Hero, whatever. A bunch of cards, a bunch of decks trying to run Grandsoil. Just expect that, because he's a monster reborn. If you keep getting him, I think he's best at 2. I tried running him in my Gadget build at 1, and that worked out pretty good. I think he's best at 2 because there's consistency without being too few to be like, oh well, there's only one Grandsoil in my deck, I'm probably never going to see it, or there's too many and you draw 3 in the first hand and nothing else or whatever. But yeah, essentially just get ready to see this card go up in price again, probably to the $90 to $115 to $120 range if it performs well. Now that's only if the deck does well. This is still the beginning of the format. Somebody could come up with a real easy answer to that deck. DD Crows might be side, whatever DD Crows might be mained. There's all sorts of stuff to answer that deck. How many Earths you got in there? 6. Let me go ahead and remove a couple Earth monsters. Put 4 in there. How many do you got? How many do you got in there? 2 right now? I'll make it 1. And let's keep it low. Or how many guys are on the board and how many you got in there? Just kill everything. So you just flood the graveyard. Stuff like that. But yeah, so tele-soil is a thing. Grandsoil is starting to become expensive, and I basically warned you that this was going to happen. I'm not really surprised that it happened, because this guy's basically a dad, and I expect it to happen again in Abyss Rising with Mulan Glace, the water version. And I think the water version is going to be a lot more powerful than the earth version, in that it is hand destruction. And so, if basically the only way you're really going to not get hurt by Mulan Glace is if you're running Dark World. And I think if Mulan Glace comes to the board and you're running Dark World, you better hope that they don't have an answer, because you're going to be pretty screwed. Yep, and that's basically my thoughts on that whole thing. In the comment section below, let me know if you're surprised that Grandsoil became popular, or if you kind of just expected it as I did. Are you guys going to buy some, and how much are you willing to spend for a set of Grandsoils? And as always, you can subscribe here on YouTube to see when I put out new videos, and you can hit that like button if you liked my video. If not, it's cool too. And you can catch me later. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.